everyone. This is Pranav Gua Thakurta from Edu TV. Today, we have two experts from the school education and from higher education. And it's not a very good time as because of the geopolitical situations across the world, there's a question of how students in schools and universities can take care of their studies in a very smooth manner. And I think both the guests are have an expertise like Dr. Pramod Sharma, like Dr. Pramod Mahajan. He has mentored, taught, guided thousands of students from Middle East to various countries for higher education. Similarly, Dr. Navneet Sharma, Dean Vijayabhumi University, has took the students from educators like Dr. Pramod Mahajan and taught them and made them ready for the industry. As it's a bit of turbulent time, I am sure everything will be fine very soon also. So I would like to lay a bit of emphasis on Edu TV's India as a stability hub, higher education in uncertain global times. Our host is Dr. Navneet Sharma. I will request Dr. Navneet Sharma to take the conversation further with Dr. Pramod Mahajan, how students, parents, teachers can be helped in these times so that they have a smooth sail in their higher education. Over to Dr. Navneet Sharma.
Thank you, Pranavji, for setting up this important question today, where it's a great pleasure to have Dr. Mahajan here from Sharjah Indian School, a very well-known school in Sharjah, having an Indian connection. And we are here to unpack some of the big questions shaping the future of students and families, particularly about future of higher education. And the question attains greater significance because of the most recent geopolitical turmoil, and that poses unnecessary or disproportionate concern to educators like all of us. In a world marked by geopolitical tensions, visa uncertainties, economic volatility, and shifting immigration policies, I mean, the recent geopolitical turmoil is a few months old, but last few years we have seen all these trends. Therefore, a question arises: where is higher education stable, credible, and future ready? And that's the question we are raising today. And in that backdrop, today's topic, India as a stability hub, higher education in uncertain global times. Let me begin with big picture. As a school leader in UAE, you guide students exploring destinations like the US, UK, Canada, Australia, Europe, and so on. How have global uncertainties changed the higher education conversation in the recent few years, Dr. Mahajan?
Yeah, good afternoon. And certainly during this situation, or before that also, no doubt that India is a stability hub. But at the same time, the students, who are abroad or who are in UAE, or, their choices are somewhat different. Now, in what sort of different their choices are there? Let us think from that point of view. Number one, the academic scenario. So they wanted to be a global future fit people, global future fit citizen. So when we say global future fit citizen, in that scenario, sometimes the question arises whether the Indian curriculum, the Indian degree, or the Indian diaspora, is it enough to define themselves as a global academic citizen or global academic leader or global academic job fit person? That's one question. Second thing is the trend of the globe. No doubt, you name the company, you name the organization in the world, Indians are there. But still, the ranking of the Indian degrees, the Indian institutions globally is always a question mark. That's the second aspect. The third aspect is the financial stability, like how far they are able to pay that fees, pay that amount of they can spend that amount of time within India, and then the way they be kept in the hostel and all those facilities. So that is the third thing. And fourth is their well-being, the medical facility. So all these are the superficial questions always remain in the mind of the students as well as the families. So what they will do, how they will do, how they will be taken care of, all those aspects are there. So in that scenario, we have to think that in what way the stability has to be well defined, and in what way their need and requirement, what they want, how they want, where they want, why they want, that has to be satisfied. So these are certain areas where we have to think about it. They used to ask some 5 years before or 10 years before that how safe and secure we are. But now in the present scenario, the safest and the secure place is the India. There is no second thought about that. So that question is already being answered. But yes, the remaining 4-5 points, I wanted to have your inputs on that, Dr. Navneet.
Well, you're right, sir, that in the turmoil, India is really safe. But I also want to read the safety question with other aspects of international mobility. For example, visa unpredictability. That has impacted very significantly not only Indian but global academic mobility. Second is rising tuition and living cost in many countries. I mean, whether that renders a degree sustainable is a big question. And the currency volatility. I mean, last 5 years we have seen very steep depreciation of many currencies. So therefore, that also affects the viability of a degree. Then the new immigration laws have also impacted, because mostly students want to move to many countries because of in search of jobs or better careers. And likewise, policy flip-flop also has really impacted. So overall, global scenario has to be read along with the factors you mentioned, Dr. Mahajan, and some of the factors I just mentioned. Only then we can make sense of the parents' concerns, of the students' concerns, and therefore arises the question: what makes India a stability hub? You have answered part of the question, but you are a person of Indian origin. You have served there in UAE for so long. From the political, institutional, economic, cost, or even the language of instruction, and the expanding global recognition, because now Indian universities are signing up global mobility agreements, 2+2, 1+3, and so on, right? In light of this, how do you see India as a stability hub? Your views on that?
Yeah, so there is no doubt the India is stable, secure, safe, and the mobility of the students towards the India has increased in considerably. The percentage is increased very high. There is no second thought about that. Now, another thing is visa and all. Yes, there is no doubt about the visa mobility as well as the stability, security is concerned. But at the same time, what the students want, that whether we are providing that sort of platform to them, which will make them future fit, job ready, futuristic one, who can be chosen by various from the various universities or various organization. that remains unanswered always. Another thing is the paying capacity. Like that, if one of the engineer is being appointed in India, what amount they are getting it, the taxes and all. And if they are been absorbed in UAE, or they have been absorbed in UK, or they have been absorbed in Singapore, the amount they are getting and the lifestyle they are getting and the working conditions they are getting. Here, the people, those who are well educated, they wanted to ensure their own space, their own time, their own, comfort. No doubt, we being an Indian are workaholic, and we adopt any situation and every situation, any time and every time. But this present generation, this ZZ people, they wanted their comfort zone. They wanted their whatever they wanted to work, whatever they wanted to explore. That sort of platform should be provided. It's not only the working scenario. So, taking into that context, they wanted some sort of flexibility or a lot of flexibility within the selection of the courses, within the selection of their degrees. See, they wanted to be, financially fit. At the same time, they wanted to satisfy their inherent talent. Suppose they are the artist, suppose they are the painter, suppose they are the dancer, suppose they are the player. So they wanted to complete some sort of courses, which is the core subject. Along with that, they should satisfy their hobby, they satisfy their inherent talent. So that sort of scope, if being provided to them, there will be, because see, it is not only the stability of the curriculum or the course or the job or the safety and security. There is a psychological stability, there is a psychomotor stability, there is a cognitive stability. So that also they wanted that thing. Now, India, the way it is, going on, no doubt they are providing all sort of things, but still that future fit aspect, Indian universities has to come out of that fixed asset that, okay, if you're going for engineering, so these are the scope for you. If you're going for medicine, these are the scope for you. Beyond medicine, beyond engineering, there are a lot of things which can be explored, and which with that people can rock the world, can dominate the world. So that is the demand actually. Another thing is, they are not in a position to be assessed only based on their curricular grading or curricular percentile or curriculum percentage. They are the multitasker, they are the multi-talented people. So from that angle, the assessment should be done. From that angle, the interviews and intervention should be done. So that is another aspect which they are thinking more on that. And globally, what is happening? People are not behind the particular degrees or percentile or percentage or expertise. They are finding out what is within you, in what area you can do the multitasking, in what area you can help, and in what way you keep yourself motivated. So if that aspect is there, because ultimately they have to give their best, and they can give their best only if they are stress free, only if they are self motivated, only if they have that desire, only if they keep themselves engaged. And they can keep themselves engaged only if their cognitive aspects are satisfied, their cognitive aspects are satisfied, and their psychomotor aspects are satisfied. So what I mean to say, nowadays the students, like we have a highest number of students in our school, 10,000 students. So the students, there are students selected for IITs, and then they refused. No, sir, we don't want to do that thing. We don't want to take that much stress. So what you are doing then? Then they are applying for various universities, and they are getting a good, no doubt the fees is very high, the living cost is very high, but the way they are getting the scholarships from various angles. There are students who got 110% scholarship. Whatever be the university you choose in the world, we are paying you this much. But only the condition is after completing your course, you should work with us. So that sort of platform yet to be, developed within India, and that stability also they wanted. I have no second thought about the teaching style and the wisdom and the knowledge which has been provided by the Indian universities. No second thought, and there is nothing is parallel to that. But all these aspects, because the society is changing, world is changing, demand is changing, job profile is changing. So that is the way.
Let me mention that exactly what you just mentioned, Dr. Mahajan. The place where I work, Vijayabhumi University, provides precisely the kind of flexibility you just mentioned. Our music student can earn a major in artificial intelligence. My law student can earn another major in artificial intelligence or design or any other aspect. My law students can do cybersecurity minor very comfortably. The entire curriculum has been granularized, and the academic architecture allows you to build any number of majors, any number of minors, including dual degree and at an extremely affordable cost, which is something our parents, our students really love. And the kind of careers you mentioned, that somebody who is a chief innovation officer or very different sounding careers. I mean, those are the kind of careers Vijayabhumi prepares its students for. So, therefore, having said this, I think my sense is the narrow lens of India, which is the traditional lens, is now gradually changing. I mean, initially we only had IITs and select institutions, but now there is a vast number of private institutions that are chasing excellence, that are providing excellent education, and is the entire landscape is changing. How do you see this change from Sharjah?
Yeah, no, I have visited Vijayabhumi University and I was really very impressed when I had a word with the students. Your student council, I had a lunch with them, and on the lunch we discussed a lot. I was so impressed that what like many points which I have discussed today are of that only. So their thought process is also same. Now they are like the unique feature of your Vijayabhumi is that they can choose their own subject. They can decide their major and they can decide their minor, as well as they can do the degrees from various universities, staying in India at a campus for 1 year, for 2 year, for 3 year, or for complete this thing. That's a good move, and that is, that will be certainly very, very helpful for the students to satisfy their inherent talent, their inherent need, and that's a good move. No doubt. That is
Let me,
working for
Dr.
them.
Mahajan, Dr. Mahajan, let me draw your attention to a vast Indian diaspora in UAE, which you are witness to. In the given, I'm now drawing your attention to the immediate turmoil which has unfolded in last few weeks.
Yeah.
So therefore, my question is, in such a situation, the kind of options Vijayabhumi provides, stay in India for a few years and then go to any other international partner. Do you think this kind of facility or architecture really influences the decision metrics of parents? Do you think this is good? Your parents are going to really appreciate, or
100%. There is no second thought about that. But the thing is, it should reach to them. It is, I know, I have discussed with the student, it should reach to them. There now, the platform like EduTV, if you are doing that thing, that is like they will be helpful for us to take this your thought process with the student, because this is something new which you are trying, which Vijayabhumi University is trying, but it should reach to the stakeholders. Now the question arises how to reach to the stakeholders. So that is in that area, there are a lot of hurdles which you have to overcome. So please try that. Certainly, this move will help the students, and they will opt for that option, and they are actually waiting for this. But it should reach to them. And one thing is that after reaching, they should create that trust within the Indian diaspora or Indian universities, that yes, here is the place where we can be trusted, we can have a trust, and we can do that thing. So we have to cite the example, we have to bring those students to speak about that. and then students will lead with that examples. So like that day when I was there with Vijay Bhubi students, I told them, okay, why don't you do your podcast instead of doing podcast of ours? You should come. You should speak to your colleagues, those students who are in need and demand, and you can say that thing. Yes, this is the place. So rather than you and me is doing this thing, if some students were doing that thing with other students, so that will serve the purpose.
Right. And as we come towards the end of this conversation, let me ask you a direct question. In the current situation, what is the advice you will render to the students and their parents? How can they, I mean, people who are studying in grade 11 or grade 12 in Sharjah or other parts of the world, how can they overcome the current turmoil? What's your advice, Dr. Mahajan?
Now, the current turmoil, those who are in 11th standard, those who are in 12th standard, as far as the UAE is concerned, here we are 100% safe, secure, all sort of facilities being provided. We are in connection with the government, and a big salute to them. The way they are providing the facilities, we are in a safe zone. There is no second thought. But yes, those who are in different other countries definitely having the tough time. So in such type of scenario, being the proactive visionary, the parents have to see that yes, India is the stable hub, and they have to explore that facilities without compromising the thought process of the students, because ultimately they have to lead the world. They are the leaders of tomorrow. And when we say they are the leaders of tomorrow, their need and requirement and their things to be there, whatever be they require, that should be satisfied. So the curriculum, the platform should be in such a manner that they can do whatever they wanted to do. So selecting their curriculum, selecting the number of years they will stay here or number of years they will go there, exploring the facilities, lab facilities. At the same time, they can play, they can dance, they can sing, they can write, they can paint, they can do anything. So if that combination is coming up, certainly there is no second thought. The parents will not have any second thought about to going to any other country, and they will remain within the safe zone, within the stable hub. That's my input on that. And within that last 6 months, 1 year, I are coming to various countries. IIT Delhi has come to UAE. They are coming to us. Now we have to fix up the channel, how we can reach to them.
Right.
I'm not talking about only IIM and only Symbiosis or only IITs. There are other provider also who can serve them in a better way, can provide them the opportunities in the better way. The question arises, up to what extent we will provide the opportunities to make them future fit, global job ready people. So that is the only demand, and that is the only demand and supply. If that demand has been satisfied, no doubt the students will not move here and there. They will remain in the stable hub.
Those are very wise words of wisdom, Dr. Mahajan. And that also gives us very clear answer to the question, why should families reconsider India today? Because
Yes.
in uncertain times, stability combined with growth is rare. And that's what India offers.
Yes.
And to all our listeners, I must say that the future belongs not just to those who chase global prestige, but to those who choose wisely in uncertain times. Thank you, Mr. Goha, for setting this up and choosing such a wise theme. Back to you.
Thank you
And
so
one thing I would like to again add in that, there is a demand of Indian wisdom, of Indian curriculum, and Indian strategies, and the way Indian thoughts were, inculcated with the student. That's why sitting in Dubai, students wanted to join IIT Delhi. Sitting in UAE, they wanted to join IIM Ahmedabad. Sitting in UAE, they are going for the Symbiosis, they are going for the BITS Pilani Dubai campus. What does it mean? It means that the Indian ethos, the Indian wisdom is still leading the world. But only thing is, ki yes, their need and requirement, that global vision has to be satisfied. And if that is satisfied, if they can dance also and they can do something in physics also, if they can play also and they can do some innovation in artificial intelligence also, done. That is done. And no second thought about that. And Vijay Bhumi is doing a fantastic job in that, but you have to reach to the stakeholders. That is,
Very well, sir.
still you have not reached to those who actually need that sort of facility.
Excellent.
We will increase our efforts to reach out to,
Yes.
and maybe today's podcast, it goes in that direction. Thank you very
Yes.
much, Dr. Mahajan. Thank you very much, Mr. Goa.
I'm really thankful to Dr. Pramod Mahajan, Director Principal, Sharjah Indian School, Sharjah, UAE. He has been helping, supporting EduTV even before the inception also. And I second to it, as Dr. Mahajan said, a student from Middle East, they definitely, in fact, people from India also, they want to have a global exposure. They want to study in some Cosmo environment in various countries where they meet students of other countries also. And that really peer learning is a very strong learning. And definitely, yes. And Vijay Bhumi is doing a big thing in that. They have collaboration with foreign universities where student 2 years they can study here, 1 year there, or various permutation and combinations are there. And definitely, yes, one very important point Dr. Navneet Sharma says, the currency fluctuation. Definitely, I have seen a lot of parents have changed their decisions and policies of various government of various countries. And as Dr. Mahajan said, I think the wonderful work that Vijay Bhumi University is doing, we should reach to people and tell them. And Mumbai being quite close to Middle East, the flying time, other times are quite less. I'm sure this podcast of today with Dr. Pramod Mahajan and Dr. Navneet Sharma will definitely help students, and we would request in future also, sir, we should have continuity of this podcast so we can go more to the students. And as Dr. Saab has said correctly, UAE is quite safe place. In other countries, we should reach to the other countries also. Thank you so much, Dr. Pramod Mahajan. Thank you so much, Dr. Navneet Sharma. This is Pranav Thakurta from EduTV signing out. Thank you so much, sir.